The following podcast is a part of RadioMisfits.com. This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. Time now for a Nailsin News Update. All right, we're going to revisit with this 28-year-old teacher who has now admitted to sex crimes with a 15-year-old student as thousands of sordid texts emerge. Remember the booby? There she is. Yeah. So a former teacher, she's no longer a teacher because, she admitted it. Has admitted that, of course, sometimes even that. Anyway, to sexual offenses involving a 15-year-old pupil after she sent the boy thousands of texts and engaged in kissing and touching with him. Jamela DeBooby, 28, confessed to charges of gross sexual imposition and unlawful sexual conduct with a minor during a hearing in February. I mean, she confessed during the hearing. She didn't proceed to molest the kid in the hearing. Now, on April 2nd last year, a whole year, police were summoned to Salado Creek Drive in Columbus, Ohio, USA, where a woman reported finding her nephew with one of his teachers in her car. The boy disclosed that he had been in a relationship with the teacher, which involved kissing and touching each other. The booby, previously a teacher at Horizon Science Academy in Columbus, taught the student in one of her year 11 classes. I mean, this is a British tabloid, I believe, Daily Star. Yeah. So I guess that's how they say the whatever. Anyway, confirmed the Franklin. Yeah, during a police interview, the victim revealed that the pair had been texting and talking on the phone, as well as engaging in sexual activity. Upon inspecting the boy's phone, detectives discovered hundreds of calls and thousands of texts between the child and his teacher. DeBooby is no longer employed at Horizon Science Academy and awaits sentencing. Well, there you go. She admitted to the whole damn thing. And, well, once, texts and probably images and all that. And what else are you going to do, But as I recall, I think she was fired immediately, even before she entered the plea deal. So I'm beginning to think that, I think, it was a charter school or something like that. So, see, there's a difference between those and, of course, private schools. They can fire them immediately, But public schools, well, that powerful union. Boy, oh boy. And in some cases, I think even in New York, even after conviction, they still kept them on pay. They didn't put them back into school. They gave them some desk duty or something. But, I mean, geez Louise. Yeah. But anyway, so there you go. There's the update. She said, all right, you got me. I mean, what else has she got to do? The text messages. And I'm assuming, and I seem to recall that, there was some pictures she sent, stuff like that. But nevertheless, definitely the communication between the two, plus the aunt caught them in the act. Idiots. So that's that. She's like, well, I guess I'll take whatever deal they give me because that's as good as it's going to get now. But then again, this might be a Mary Kate Letourneau story because she said she's deeply in love with the boy. And in a couple of years, he'll be of legal age. Maybe they'll run away and get married. Could be something like that. I don't know. But anyway, that's it for DeBooby in more ways than one. This has been a Nailsin News Bulletin. You're listening to the Mr. Nailsin Show here on RadioMisfits.com. You're listening to the Mr. Nailsin Show here on RadioMisfits.com. This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. Well, there's a big nasty scandal in New Jersey concerning a teacher. Can you guess what it is? Yeah, that's what it is. The married former New Jersey teacher accused of sexually assaulting her middle school student also sent him creepy nudes, as her husband's relative hinted the couple could be headed for Splitsville over the embarrassing charges. Well, yes. The disturbing allegations against Ashley Pfister? Oh, Fissler. Or Fiesler? Nah, Fissler. 36 revealed she had sex with the minor student twice and performed a sex act 4 times, including in the very classroom she taught in. Fissler was arrested and charged with child sex abuse after the now adult victim recently went to police alleging that she abused him in 2021 when he was a student in her social studies class at Orchard Valley Middle School in Washington Township, Gloucester, anyway, that county. The alleged victim was between 13 and 16 years old at the time. Text exchanges between Fissler and the victim corroborated the sordid details he described of their sick tryst and included multiple nude photographs of Fissler. Fissler and the boy had intercourse and oral sex in her car on 2 occasions, and twice she performed oral sex on him in her classroom. That classroom appeared to be the same one where her husband proposed in 2018 in front of shocked students. Oh no! A mind-bogglingly social media photo shot. Well, obviously this isn't it. That's not her husband, right? Good Lord, this could get it. Oh wait, is it? Oh no, there it is. Oh no. Oh, jeez. Man, he goes through all this trouble for her. And what does she do? She's checking out the boys in her class. And one of them, well, you know the joke. Another picture shows the couple beaming as Fissler shows off her new rock in front of school lookers. On the same day, Fissler denied the allegations during a March 19th interview with Washington Township Police. Still, she was arrested and charged with 6 counts of first-degree sexual assault of a minor, 1 count of second-degree endangering the welfare of a child, and 1 count of second-degree official misconduct. Well, it's official now. The top charges carry a maximum of 20 years in prison. She won't get it. While both second-degree charges carry a maximum of 10 years. Oh, well, combined, maybe she will. Anyway, Fissler appeared for a brief video court hearing where a judge read her the charges she is facing and set a bail hearing. She will remain behind bars until then. Fissler's lawyer, Rocco Ciparone, told the New York City Post by phone that his client plans to aggressively present a defense to those charges. Well, how are you going to explain the text and the nudes? He also said he believes he has strong grounds to oppose prosecutors' request to hold Fissler without bail pending trial. She has no prior criminal record. She has been a lifelong resident of New Jersey. She is a property owner. Yeah, she can't just leave her property. Come on. Her entire family is here, and she's not at risk of flight because of all that, you know. These allegations go back 5 years. Come on, get over it. You had this 5-year gap. Plus, well, I think the age gap's probably a little longer. But anyway, where now all of a sudden they're going to say she's a danger to the community. I'm optimistic. I think I have strong reasons to have her released. What do you mean just for bail? You think you can win this case and get her acquitted? Washington Township School District Superintendent Eric Hibbs said Fissler's employment ended in April 2023, but declined to provide further details. So you probably knew something was up, right? Yeah. The district takes matters involving the safety and well-being of our students extremely seriously, and officials are fully cooperating with law enforcement on the matter. In 2019, an 8th grade student wrote an essay praising Fissler as a hero who had a lasting impact on kids. That same year, District Social Studies Supervisor Jeff Snyder told NewJersey.com that Fissler was a great teacher. Not only does she make her lessons interactive and engaging, but she also prides herself in making personal connections with all her students. But then there's the favorite, right? After leaving Orchard Valley, Fissler launched her own apparel company selling unofficial merchandise for the Philadelphia Eagles. Wow. She also worked as a business administrator for her husband's landscaping business in Sewell, New Jersey. Well, how about that? Fissler's husband could not be reached for comment. Yeah, you think he wants to weigh in? Let me weigh in on this. But relatives said he likely had no clue about the alleged tryst until recently and wouldn't stand for that kind of behavior from his wife. If the allegations are true, I don't think he'd stay with her, his stepbrother said. He's a good, upstanding guy. He has morals and everything. He wouldn't be the type to stay with her if he found out. Well, he found out, huh? Especially since this is already making the news. I feel like that's enough backlash to be like, all right, maybe we shouldn't be together anymore. Family members said Fissler had wanted to have children at one point, but her landscaper hubby had not been on board. So she's looking for a baby daddy at school. Anyway, regardless, as far as I know, they're married and happy together. Well, I don't know. Unless, hey, wait a minute. Are the nudes like AI images? You know? And that he managed the text exchanges between the phones. So, where she admits to all the sex. Yeah, you probably should have kept the mask on, so you know. Well, And right off the bat, your lawyer says, come on, it was 5 years ago. I mean, what are the statute of limitations on this? And then it's like, well, the kid's an adult now. Why does he bring it up now? Well, I don't know. What kind of troubles does he have as a result of this? Or is it he's, still got a thing for her, but she's like, no, that's in the past. We just got to move on. And I got a marriage to worry about and all that sort of stuff. And then he's like, oh, yeah? And then dumps all the texts and nudes and stuff. Well, and you can't go around saying it's revenge porn because, well, he was a minor at the time he did this. And, of course, you got to wonder, once it doesn't say so in the article, but I mean, what about her other computers and stuff? Can you see if there were others? Could be. So, but your first line of it, and this was just about the bail, it says, I think I can get her out. It was only 5 years ago. Yeah, doesn't look good for Miss Fissler. So, yeah, probably the husband's like, yeah, okay. We're done. This has been a Nailsin News Bulletin.
I like eggs. I drink dimwit Monster. I make tuna casserole. It don't taste like lobster. Knock on wood, knock on wood, knock on wood, knock on wood, knock on wood. Sometimes I do until I tell you it's okay to make I do. Knock on wood, knock on wood, knock on wood, knock on wood. Me and my man are still alive. Don't know even why. Knock on wood, 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 knock on wood.
This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. Well, there's this murder case out of Los Angeles of this woman who's apparently killed by her lover, her boyfriend. But plot twist, it turns out the boyfriend wasn't a boy or man. For all her family and friends knew, Carla Maribel Rodriguez's much younger mystery boyfriend was a sweetheart. But the 48-year-old was hiding a big secret that's only been exposed by the shocking way her life ended, allegedly by multiple gunshots at the hands of the same man she'd been gushing about like a teenager. Her alleged killer, arrested at the couple's rented $2.4 million Beverly Grove home, is Emily Emerald Vogt, I guess, 27, a seemingly troubled, you think, trans man who'd been bankrolling the couple's flashy lifestyle. So she was bankrolling. Okay. So in this case, you got to understand, yes, we have a transgender person, this person right here, but in this case, the trans man is a woman who wants to be a man. So, you know, the mastectomy, the hormones for facial hair and stuff like that. Yeah. I don't know about the... Hey, look, she's reaching under... Police had been called to the couple's home on Lapeer Drive near 3rd Street, Beverly Grove, just before 8:30 a.m. after reports of gunfire, and found Rodriguez had been shot numerous times. She would die a short time later in the hospital. Her beloved dog, Prince, who she had immortalized on the wall as a portrait, was also allegedly shot dead. Now, look, there's no call for that. This really is a vile villain, isn't it? Vogt is being held at Century Regional Detention Center, an all-female jailhouse in Linwood on, what's that, $3,075,000 bail, which was increased from an initial $2 million due to the seriousness of the crime. Yeah, once they discovered the dog, you know. So So anyway, Rodriguez's brother Joshua Vasquez, 39, told the California Post investigators have told his family that Vogt used his middle name Emerald and was transitioning to become a man. Vasquez said investigators described Vogt as very possessive and obsessed with his sister and believes Rodriguez may have been planning to leave the relationship. Well, maybe Vogt fooled her for a bit and then suddenly, hey, wait a minute. And then, well, police have alleged the killing stemmed from a domestic dispute, most likely. Yeah, detectives were seen removing a rifle case from the couple's black Lamborghini Urus. Okay. Well, anyway, the couple, who'd been dating for almost a year, embraced an extravagant lifestyle with a lavish Christmas and New Year's spent in Aspen and Solvang, followed by a sojourn in Mammoth in February, and then a decadent 3 days at the 5-star Ritz-Carlton with spectacular views over the cliffs of Dana Point. Rooms at the hotel start at $1,000, and her friends were quick to comment, luxurious, that's fancy. Happy for you, girl. Just 3 weeks later, Rodriguez would be dead, allegedly murdered in the most horrific fashion at the hands of the lover she had described as the peanut butter to my jelly. Friends and family had assumed she was dating a man, heavily tattooed and with a wispy beard, always wearing sunglasses and trucker hats in photographs. They were shocked to discover the caring, divorced massage therapist who moved from Modesto to Los Angeles in December 2024 had a boy toy lover, saying she'd always dated men. Yeah, I think she thought she was dating a man here too, and then, Close friend Jacqueline Dobson, 64, told the Post, I'd never met her boyfriend. I didn't even get a name. She told me he was wonderful to her. He's peanut butter to my jelly, and I'm in love. Well, but Dobson admits she'd grown suspicious of the couple's extravagant lifestyle of holidays and fine dining while jaunting through Los Angeles in a black Lamborghini SUV worth about $250,000. I was always trying to figure out how they were able to do all these extravagant things. They were living quite a rich and famous life. Records show Vogt stood to inherit a family trust valued at approximately $2.9 million tied to a commercial property in Ventura Boulevard, on Ventura Boulevard in Sherman Oaks. The trust was established by Vogt's grandmother, Paula Vogt, and passed to her daughter, Anita Vogt, in 2013. Anita died in 2022, leaving Vogt as the sole heir. Despite this, Rodriguez had told her mother she was paying $1,000 per month to live in the Airbnb property the couple shared. So the money issues became a problem, too. So anyway, a dog sitter confirmed the couple's odd relationship, saying the pair lived in separate bedrooms. She also said she had been unaware Vogt was biologically female. Vogt was a husky has a husky called Lucy. Well, is husky really? Attorney Stephen Tamer, who represented Vogt in the trust matter and served as successor trustee, declined to comment. I don't have authority to speak regarding the case, he said. Rodriguez's aunt, Marcela Garcia, 59, said the family had never met Vogt and knew almost nothing about the relationship. No one in the family had met this person, she said. Garcia said she had assumed her niece was dating a man and was alarmed by photos she later saw online. He was a little strange and weird looking, she said. Rodriguez had told her she was trying something different, but gave no further details. Oh, well, I guess at some point, maybe that wasn't the big fight. The big fight was probably about the money, Anyway, I told her I was pleased for her as long as she was happy, Garcia said. Vogt appeared in court, but the arraignment was postponed, and there we have it. So, All right, there we go. We've got the scenario. What happened here? What happened to peanut butter and jelly? And we can only speculate at this point. May never really know. But with the weird money issues, that could have blown up. Possibly she didn't know at first and then discovers, oh, you're really a woman. Well, And yet, tells her friend, hey, look, I'm trying something a little different this time, but, I'm really happy and excited or whatever. What does that mean? She says, well, I'm going to actually be with a woman, but, he's trying to be a man and all this sort of whatever and that sort of thing. And if that's the situation, of course it could have just been, well, I'm dating this really young guy, could have been that. But anyway, or all of the above, hell, I don't know. And it ended in this horrific homicide. Well, if only there were some warning signs, but, well, there you go.
This has been a Nailsin News Bulletin. This is a Nailsin News Bulletin.
Nude woman with a dog in a baby stroller bites a shopper at the grocery store. Video footage captured a bizarre attack by a woman who ended up naked while pushing a dog in a baby stroller at a Pennsylvania grocery store. The White Oak Police Department said it responded to a call about an irate woman tossing items at a Giant Eagles supermarket in White Oak, a suburb of Pittsburgh. Police said the store's surveillance video showed shoppers trying to get out of the way of 53-year-old Tammy Knut. Yeah, Knut of North Huntington after she started angrily throwing items in the store. They reported seeing her with blood coming from her face. What? At one point in the video, a store employee tries to calm Knut down, but she kicks him in the groin, leading to gasps from the onlookers. She also allegedly performed sexually explicit acts before grabbing the worker's face. You better knock it off, one shopper yells to the woman. Well, that'll teach her. When a customer intervenes, Knut ends up stripping naked. She then allegedly attacked a female customer on her way out and bit her hand hard enough to leave a puncture wound. Officers could observe a store display in disarray and damaged and items scattered disarray and damaged and items scattered about the store. Officers also observed numerous children in the store whose parents were trying to shield their eyes from Knut, who was nude. No, the victims came forward. What? Police believe they may have hit others. Oh, she may have hit others. Yeah. Anyway, oh boy. The dog in Knut's stroller was identified as a Westie breed and is said to be in good condition at the Sable Kennel, a dog rescue. The rescue is seeking a relative of Knut to take possession of the dog. Knut was booked to the Allegheny County Jail and faces charges of assault, indecent exposure, open lewdness, harassment, and disorderly conduct. Customers of the grocery store said they were shocked by the incident. I hope she gets the help that she needs. You just can't get involved when those things happen, Mary Sutton said. Well, stripping down naked is one surefire way to keep people away from you, Maybe that was the strategy, although apparently engaging in sex acts, I guess she started doing herself right then and there. I don't know. Whoa, there she goes, kicking the guy in the groin. Good, boy, she's really grinding her foot into the guy. Well, there you go. Again, possible strategy. You're trying to keep people at bay. And I mean, it's all very blurry and not very great footage. So, but I don't know. It's probably like, ooh, you didn't want to see that. So, yeah, it's going to work, you know. There's a lot of these things about people crying about police brutality and stuff. When that happens, look, if you know you're going to be taken in and you're really worried they might really just overdo it with you, strip naked. And they're going to, like, they still got to take you into custody and cuff you and everything. But they really don't want to touch you at all, you know. I mean, more than usual. So, you know, it is a tactic here, though. She's just doing it to customers over what? I don't know. Yeah, there's really nothing in there about what? If somebody said, hey, look at that. Is that your kid? Are you saying I'm a bitch? And then there you go, you know. Could be. Could be. Oh, well. There you go. Naked woman with dog and baby stroller bites shopper.
This has been a Nailsin News Bulletin.
Where'd all the money go? Ain't nobody gonna know. Do you toss your meat to take a walk down the street while killers be killing and killing and killing and killing? Nailsin
The views and opinions expressed during the Mr. Nailsin Show do not necessarily reflect those held by RadioMisfits.com. So, any complaints and or comments should be sent to @Mr. Nailsin on Twitter, where they will be promptly ignored and or blocked.